Hello everyone, I am Abhishek Doshi, Google Developer Expert for Dart, Flutter and Firebase. So, in today's video, we are going to see how we can extract a particular widget. You need to keep in mind that there is two ways of extracting a widget. One, extracting as a method, and the other one is extracting as a widget. I will show you both the methods and the pros of which you should use. So there is basically the best one is to extract a particular widget in form of a widget, that is a stateless widget, instead of extracting it as a method. So we will be seeing how the both of them can make difference in your application. So you can see a small code snippet here. It's just a small code where we have used a stateful widget. We have a scaffold. Inside the scaffold we have a center and a text, and on top of that we have inkwell, where on tap of that we are changing the title which is being used in the text widget. Now when we don't extract this particular widget, inkwell widget, let's suppose if we're planning to extract this particular inkwell widget, so what happens over here is when the set state is called, the entire build method is rebuilt, which is of completely no use because we don't need material app to be rebuilt. We don't need the app bar to be rebuilt, this particular text to be rebuilt, right? We just need this inkwell to be rebuilt because the title is being used inside the inkwell only, in the child of the inkwell. And that's the reason it is a very good practice to extract particular widgets into separate widgets so that each of the widgets, or at least a part of a widget tree, has its own build method. Now let's suppose that if we extract this as a method, let's name it by extracted method. Okay, so when we extract this particular widget as a method, it definitely works. It doesn't throw any error, anything. But the thing is, this particular widget tree, the part of the widget tree, doesn't have its own build method, which means that if we are doing set state over here, it will still rebuild this entire widget tree because this particular widget extracted method doesn't have its own widget tree, which means that it depends on the parent widget tree, which is over here, and hence doing set state over here will rebuild this entire widget tree, which is again the same. It's of no use. So this is not a good practice. The best practice is you can extract this particular widget in form of a widget, and when you extract this particular widget in form of a widget, so basically you will get an error because we are using title over here and we are using title over here. So let's just cut this. Now let me extract this in the form of a widget. So what you can do is you can just cut it, create a stateless widget and name it as extracted widget, and paste your code over here. And as we are using set state, so it will be a stateful widget. Let's create the headline 6. Oh, this should be a title. Use title over here and string title equal to hello. Perfect. Now we just need to call extracted widget over here. Right, now this works perfectly without any error. Now whenever we are doing a set state over here, it will only rebuild this particular widget because it has its own build method. It won't rebuild the parent build method. So it means that when doing a set state in this extracted widget, we'll just rebuild this inkwell, center and text. It won't rebuild material app, scaffold, app bar, this particular text. And that's what we needed, right? We don't need this particular widgets to be rebuilt. We just need this widget to be rebuilt because that's where the title is being used. And hence it is very important to extract a particular widget in form of a stateless or stateful widget instead of a method. Many developers do this mistake. they only extract a particular widget in form of a method. This greatly affects your performance of the application. You should always try to extract a particular widget in form of a widget that is a stateless or stateful widget, instead of extracting a particular widget tree in form of a method. I again repeat, whenever you want to extract a particular widget, always try to extract it in form of a particular widget that is stateless or stateful widget, so that it contains its own build method creating its own widget tree, so that whenever you want to rebuild a particular part of that widget tree, only that particular widget tree gets rebuilt, not its parent widget, which affects the performance of your application very greatly. So, I hope you learned something new, and I hope you will implement this in your on your regular basis. So, until that time, goodbye and have a great day. Keep fluttering.